Okay, 3, 2, 1, action. Welcome to RayLab, the subtitle RayTalk, right?
RayTalk, yeah.
RayTalk. Yeah. And this is the first time ever we do that bilingual stuff. The first time is the English version, and we have that Mandarin on the other side. We have the Mandarin on the other side. We will talk the same thing in relatively same time and make it one video, so English audience we can directly watch that, and I will let my Chinese audience to jump to our Chinese content, right? Mm-hmm. So today we have 3 topics, and each topic take us like 30 minutes?
30 minutes, yeah.
Okay. Timer. 30 minutes. And yeah, the 3 topic will be first, because we are all like originally from China, and accidentally your parents are from Shandong province, right?
Well, yeah, my dad is from Shandong, and my mother is from the northeastern side, Heilongjiang.
Oh yeah. So your mother is from Shandong.
No, my father is from Shandong.
Your father is from Shandong, and my father is from Shandong province also.
Oh.
Yeah, and my mother is not from Heilongjiang. My mother is from Tianjin. So. Oh. So yeah, and but our nationalities, right, is different. What's yours?
Well, I'm a Canadian-born Chinese, also known as CBC.
Yeah. It's like ABC was more like easy to remember. Yeah. ABC is what?
American-born Chinese.
Yeah. But I'm like born and raised in China, and right now I'm doing my Canadian immigration process, right? So we have that capability to talk, like we start a talk show in English, right? So we understand the Westernized culture, and we fully understand Chinese culture, and we know in Western culture they have like 500 years culture.
Around,
less than 1,000.
Yeah, definitely.
Like no matter is the Indian, the indigenous, the First Nation, or the like colonization, the British, the Spanish, no matter what, that kind of colonization process is less than 1,000 years. Mm-hmm. But it's not in China, right? In Chinese, we call it 上下5000年. It's like up and down, we have
5,000 years.
Yes. So we fully understand these 2 different things, and I want to start a talk show. The first topic, we want to eat something, and my food is Chinese food, and yours?
Mine is typical Canadian food, Tim Hortons.
Yes, Tim Hortons. Yeah. So we will like eat together and talk some information gap, culture gap. What's the difference between Western people and Chinese people, and Chinese people culture is changing right now. Is not that traditional compared to Malaysia, compared to India, compared to other Asia countries. It is very different. So there's a lot to talk about. So we will make a 30 minutes timer, and after that we change topic, and yeah, I will put some picture in the feed maybe. There's like from gaming devices to smartphone business to laptop business to wearables, freaking balls, things, and yeah, we have a lot of things, and after we eat, a lot of to talk about in the technology business, from Silicon Valley, USA, to maybe 滑铁卢, what's
Waterloo?
Waterloo, yeah, Waterloo, Canada, and BlackBerry, right? BlackBerry is from Canada, and yeah, this is bold what?
9900.
Yeah, 9900, and maybe some metaverse stuff. We are Emmer. So there's 30 minutes, about around 30 minutes to talk about technology business, and the third one is I'm a commercial director right now for Kickstarter and other projects, and I want to make a short movie. What do you call shorts?
Shorts, yeah.
Yeah, shorts for like movie format in YouTube, and I will make that like English version and fully professional, semi-professional stuff. And I have a concept right now, and the third topic will like talk about this. Maxwell don't know that. I didn't tell anything about this script, and we will see that make that 30 minutes. So our English version like relatively will be combined with 90 minutes of English and 90 minutes with Mandarin, and that Mandarin is the same knowledge, same content, same relatively same sentence, but if you can understand, I forgive you, right? After you see all the English content, click that button on the upper right. If you are the Windows user, click the close button on the upper left. If you are the macOS version. So yes, let's begin the timer and begin our eating and the first topic.
Yep.
All right,
Let's go.
let's go.
Hey.
Okay. So I have a start to talk about is my ex-girlfriend. I have a First Nation ex-girlfriend, and I do a thing that's called very 暖男. What's that means?
Like a big softy, you know, like that's what we refer that in English. Like basically someone who's like compassionate, you know, and caring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm caring guy, right?
Yeah,
you know
you
me.
are.
Yeah. So I do a thing I think is warm, I think is touching, but I got a word. Creepy. Why? Because they live in a dangerous neighborhood. They have a property boundary sensing, and I go there without noticing.
Yeah.
In Chinese, what do you think that's like surprising or that like mutual understanding? You may be very tired, very nauseous about this action, but you don't say that out loud.
Yeah. So it's like, so in China, like if you do this in China or like with any Chinese.
Yeah,
people,
I show up at the ex-girlfriend's house without noticing.
Yeah.
And but I do not intriguing. I just like standing outside the door, outside the property, calling her. Right? That is kind of noticing, but it's surprised. And I got a answer is creepy.
Right, because in the Western world, you just kind of have to understand that they really value the personal space, right? And what you were doing is actually just invading their personal space. And if you think about
personal
this,
space,
yeah, personal space, and yeah, I kind of understand like why she called you creepy and stuff because big mistake.
After that we broke up. Do you have something like? Do you like do something that's so Chinese and other Western people doesn't understand that well?
To be honest, yes. I mean,
what's that?
Because that even though that despite that I am a CBC, so Canadian-born Chinese, I did receive education. So basically
like
from
you do your elementary school in China.
Yeah, and also kindergarten.
Oh yeah,
and preschool. So
preschool,
basically
kindergarten, elementary, and then you came back to your
and also a little bit of middle school.
Home country,
right? Middle school. So I went back to Canada back in grade 9. So for my grade 9 year, which is high school here, which in China is actually still counted as middle school, right? Yeah. So I did have those affected by a lot of Chinese culture. I give you
advice.
Yeah.
That is when you like saying a long story, stop looking at me. I'm not your lover. You have girlfriend, right?
Yeah.
Looking at the camera.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
If you're saying a short sentence, a short story, look at me and then come back. If you give me a big story, look front. Okay.
Right. Okay. So what I'm basically saying is that I still did get deeply affected by a lot of Chinese culture and the Chinese way of doing things, right? So, which came at my consciousness that in the Western world, people don't actually receive and just value a person based on the amount of value they spend on the gifts for them. So in the Western world, they value more on the basically the reason why you're giving those, the help or the gifts. So all the values are something it's outside of the consideration. But in China, a lot of people do value a lot of like how much a person care about you based on the stuff that they bring you. So
after the creepy episode I got to evaluate the whole thing.
Right.
Why is happening? Why, like, what's the actual fundamental structural difference between the cultures? I think as I analyze it as mutual EQ. It's like in China we have a 5,000 years culture. Inside that culture, we can find a baseline, a fundamental line that is like basically 90% of the people can match that EQ. Like, I don't like that boundary, but I know that boundary. But in Western world, like, so many people are so different from each other.
Yeah.
You cannot find that in an easy way. So if you do something without mutual understanding, without like, you cannot fully change your perspective to the
right.
other people,
yeah.
some accident will happen.
Mm-hmm. So you can never like actually just predict what they're thinking, right? And sometimes in Chinese culture you can, but in the Western world it's completely different.
The boundary.
Yeah. Boundary is a big thing.
And I got a new admirer.
Ooh.
Which is 40-ish years old.
40-ish.
Yes.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah. Business partner.
Business partner. Okay.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
I always saying business is business. Funny business is funny business. It's different, right?
Well, yeah. Word of wise from this guy.
I'm saying that without smiling because it's legit.
It's very serious, right? Yeah.
Because this woman is your business partner, is your colleague, and we don't have that policy about like you cannot dating each other like that. But in my perspective, I need to separate the stuff. Like, no matter what happened in the personal relationship, that kind of drama, that kind of dangerous, that kind of safety, no matter what, you need to make sure that it's not gonna influence your business relationship.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
In China, do we have that?
I think there is some policy regarding like the employees not to date each other.
Policy is like made by company, made by managers, right?
Yeah.
But like I know a girl from Tifino. You know that, right?
Yeah.
And her father is very different. Her father doing a very stupid thing. It's like changing wives like 4 times, 3 times. And
wow.
and every time is his company's accountant. 4 different accountant. It's never another employee.
Yeah.
Never another position. The first wife is not her mother. The second wife is her mother. The third wife, every woman is the same company's accountant division.
So he must trust her a lot for the money then.
I don't know what's the goal for the woman, right? But for me, it's like when I first like saw get that information, the first idea I can think is that guy don't have high EQ. Nope. You cannot do that kind of thing over and over. You damaging your reputation. Especially it's your own company. It's your own business.
Right, yeah.
Your business partner will know the history. Maybe the new employee, maybe the new friends don't know the history, but you definitely gonna have some old relationship business friend, right? So that's the thing. Like in China, there's a big difference between each other. There's sexual topic,
right?
Because like in North America we have in North America we have a phase the 性解放.
Oh yeah.
What's
like
the
sexual liberation
yeah,
movement.
yeah, yeah. Sexual liberation movement is happening when?
I think like back to
80s, 90s.
80s, 90s, around the area. Like
Yeah, why they do that?
well, to be honest, is because of basically the over sexualization of women in the entire history of human life. So if we look back in the history, starting from forever back then, like men has been placed like at a place with the highest amount of power, right? Because back in the days, like women aren't even allowed to like work, go to school.
vote.
Yeah,
vote.
yeah. Basically, women didn't have rights back then.
Yeah.
And
like 物化女性.
Yeah.
It's like you think that
materialize women.
materialize. Yeah.
So I think the sexual liberation movement is primarily is targeted around women because that they need to have their same rights to for sex, right?
Like I never forget. There's a Marvel movie called Avenger 4 Endgame. They travel back to the different timestamp to gather the different time the Infinity Stone.
Yeah.
And there's a small team led by the Captain America.
Yeah.
They came back to the old age, like 60s, 70s, to find that originally want to find that space stone.
Yeah.
But they failed, and then they try a different approach. Back then, the Stan Lee, the founder of Marvel Comic, have that a little line with a little scene that drive a car with a woman and saying, "Make love, not war."
Oh yeah, I think I've heard about this before, right? Because that was actually a headline back then, like around the 60s, right?
About
yeah. We can also see the reference in the movies Men in Black. Men in Black 3, right? Yeah, they also made the same comment when that monster Boris drove the motorcycle past, right? Yeah, which is actually in the similar period. That was like the Apollo program, so that's like the 60s too. Yeah, so around that era, like women are sexualized too much as like a play tool for men.
It's not a tool, it's a human being, and he have soul, the same soul like the male, right?
Yeah, we're all the same basically.
Yeah,
deep down.
The DNA is just like 21 and me.
23 and me, right? Yeah.
23 and me. Okay, yeah. 23 and me. It's so it's only one, how to say that, 单链. The DNA single chain. It's a single difference between the DNA side, and the DNA is the fundamental data to develop a human being.
Yeah.
So in the biological side, we don't have that much difference. So do not materialize woman, right? But back then, we don't have that kind of high-level scientific knowledge.
Yeah.
We have that more and more and more. Even we have that interface, like brain interface, like Neuralink.
Yeah.
Like a wearable, like undamageable stuff. We can getting more and more understand the brain, even the soul.
Sure.
Finding the soul. And there's a new thing I'm thinking about is the space competition right now.
Oh.
Space competition right now is between Asian world and Western world, right?
Yeah.
Do you know something like that?
A little bit. Some Asian countries are just doing their more space program, especially in China, like the new
Tiangong.
Yeah, Tiangong and all of those kind of stuff. And NASA is also doing its own stuff, like
Artemis.
Yeah, Artemis, and also the new probe that they're doing.
Like there's a little knowledge. Apollo program. Apollo is a god.
Right.
It's a male god.
Yeah.
And Artemis is also a god.
It's a female god. It's a god of moon.
Yeah. Yeah. Why? Because they are sending female this time in 2024 maybe to send not only two spaceman, also space woman to the surface, and they are discovering the back of the moon, right?
Back of the moon, yeah.
Because the synchronized route of the moon and the Earth, they are synchronized.
Yeah.
So they're always showing the same face all along. We never know what happened. We have sensors.
Yeah.
We have sensors, but we don't have some practical data about the back of the moon. That's why Transformer, that movie.
Right.
Transformers 2, 3.
Yeah, it's either 2 or 3. Like,
yeah.
they
It's like they
that, yeah.
hidden the Transformers like a power pillar on the back of the moon. Yeah, and the Russian stole something like that, doing the thing, caused the Chernobyl
explosion.
All the
nuclear leak thing. Yeah, because no one has seen those in person. Like, we don't know what's there. Physically, like without like people even being in person, right? Because images can be deceiving. Some people say the moon landing is fake. We can never do.
No matter you are Canadian, you are American, you are Chinese people. People are always curious about the unknown.
Right. Yeah. And most people just don't know, and that's what they're curious about.
And there are amount of people they don't want to know.
Yeah.
They are struggling with their life.
Yeah.
And they are sick of the unknown. They don't think that's curious. They think that's suffer. Yeah, right? Like my mom.
Too much thing to process. I mean, it's understandable, to be honest.
And Trump.
Trump.
That's a good topic, right?
Yeah.
And TikTok. Trump and TikTok are linked together, right? And the Twitter, the
Facebook,
all the stuff to eliminate the block Trump. That event is very like dramatic.
Yeah. And the only social network that didn't block Trump is, well, the Chinese ones. How ironic is that when you think about it?
Yeah. All my business partners, I really like Trump. That's confusing me for the beginning. But at last I understand. Because no matter which country, politicians always like having the majorities having trust issue on politicians. No matter which country.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because you are the high level, and the high level is relatively control and make maintenance the whole society.
Right.
So we are part of that society, and we are feeling controlled
and manipulated.
Yeah. That kind of thing. No matter is that the truth, no matter the truth, we have that feeling. We are men. We are human. We have that feeling. And if you do something suspicious, that thing will hard to explain, hard to find out the truth. But Trump, to give us the behavior, the sayings, no matter what shit happens, they give people a trusting vibe that you are trustable because you are not like do something and say something else.
Right. Because from the roots, Trump grew up as a business person.
Yes, they're already rich.
Yeah.
Trump Tower in Transformer also, like when they rescue, we are at the baseline of the Trump Tower. Oh my god, I watched that movie like 10 times. It's the 7th time or 8th time I know that tower is called Trump Tower. And Trump have so many towers called Trump Tower. I didn't know that until like recently.
There was, so the Trump was here, a Trump hotel in Toronto, but they got closed like a couple of years ago. I think it's at 3 or 2 years ago.
How many stars?
It's a 5-star hotel. It's like one of the top hotels in Toronto downtown.
Did you go there before?
No, I only knew that like after that Trump got like all those things happened, right? Yeah.
When you can pay for it, it's already got.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can say that. And Chinese. Oh, TikToks. They are asking Microsoft and Oracle to buy out ByteDance's TikTok business, right?
Right. Yes.
What do you think? When this happening, I don't really think with that news. When that thing happened last year?
So I think the rumor has came out like around end of 2020, so like 1 year ago, but they haven't did any action to that. So, and especially after Trump got like basically replaced by Biden, right? We didn't get anything about that, did we? No, not really. I mean, Trump did want to just keep all those popular. I mean, TikTok is already a top global advertisement and also the social media platform.
Like
right.
how famous TikTok is, because I just came to Canada for 9 months for now. I just came to this country you born in. I only came here this year's 2021 February. So I just got here 9 months. So before that, we have an application in China called Douyin.
Yeah.
And Douyin is the Chinese mainland version of TikTok. Well,
yeah, Douyin is TikTok. I mean, basically.
Yes, basically it's the same, just like optimized differently for the different culture. Right. Artificial intelligence optimization will be different.
Yeah.
But we don't know how famous TikTok happening in the whole globally perspective.
Right.
Until I saw a picture. There's a church like 庙宇.
Yeah.
Temple.
Yeah.
There's a temple in India or Pakistan. I forgot.
Yeah, around that area, right?
Yeah, and they have a sign on the outdoor of that temple saying, "No funny business, no bad people, no TikTok." Oh my freaking god! That's religion place, and the so many people that believing in the God, no matter what kind of God is, they are using TikTok at the same time, at the church, at the temple. That famous, that addiction, blow my mind.
Right. So I've also seen like a lot of public schools across Canada, basically, and they also use TikTok as basically advertising their school, but in a funny way, because TikTok is meant to be fun,
entertainment.
Yeah, and entertainment. And I really think that it's effective, because the algorithm really pushes like the videos to the people around you that like they got recommended on the so-called For You page here.
I will tell you a secret thing. I will begin an entrepreneur project next year.
Wow.
About TikTok. And so I have to use it, right?
Yeah.
I have to use it on the phone, right? I have to use it like on the website.
Yeah.
I have to know that before this thing happen. I don't have time, and I don't think that is healthy for me to use, from my perspective, for me personally, to use Douyin or TikTok. Why? Because that algorithm. Because that application user interface, that user behavior oriented design is addictional. It's
yeah. I know what you mean. Like everything, it draws you deeper into the program. Like every step you make on that program just makes you want to use it more.
This society make you very, very anxious. Why? Because the rhythm is getting quicker and quicker and quicker. People are watching television before, and then Web 1.0 came. People are watch website, and then 1.2 Web 2.0 happened. People are using mobile phones.
Yep.
And mobile phones have the game, have the content. They are getting shorter, and shorter. And before, a TV program can last 2 hours, a movie can last 3 hours. For now, a freaking shorts, no matter is Instagram stories, no matter is Facebook shorts, YouTube shorts, TikTok videos, they are the average data is less than 45 seconds.
Yeah.
What kind of stuff can tell in 45 seconds? We are making a 90 minutes talk show to only talk 3 topics, and we are not done. We need to make more episode in the future. They are embrace information by 45-second video. That's not healthy.
So to be honest, I think most TikTok users use TikTok to just fill in the gaps between the day. And I think those short videos are actually beneficial for this purpose and this purpose only, right?
In my perspective, I highly suggest everybody use that little moment to embrace the nature.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah.
You have that 45 seconds, you can breathe more deeply. You can go outside. No matter it's raining, it's snowing, you can feel the nature because the nature raised you.
Right.
And you are raised an algorithm, and that algorithm gonna kill you anyway.
It's basically brainwashing you. Like the entire thing.
Do not use this quote.
Yeah.
Like brainwash, all right? It's not brainwash. You have free will. That's why I highly recommend everybody to have self-control before you use that algorithm-oriented application, no matter it's TikTok or other application. Because algorithms don't have feelings, they don't have humanity stuff. They have text system, they have用户画像. It's like
user direction,
the sketch,
kind of stuff.
user sketch for you and keep tagging you. Oh, you like this? Give me this. Give me that. Give me this. Give me that. And then I take this. I take that. Take this. Take that.
It's very targeted and personalized in the sense.
Yeah, I want to use that in maybe 15 minutes in that class break, but actually I use it 45 minutes because I take the more.
Right.
Because I don't have self-control. That is the thing. I think technology is mutual. They don't have bad side and wrong side. It's the creator, the business model. You can use the vulnerable side of humanity. You can. Because all the business is based on that.
Right.
But you cannot damage the fundamental thing of life.
Yeah, it's like more into the ethics side of like what you can do and what you can't do, right?
Yes, my standard is pretty not low.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. You can say that.
Yeah?
Yeah, absolutely.
And by the way, we are in Toronto now, so I just came from Winnipeg, Manitoba, so I got my COVID-19 proof of vaccination, and we are in a lockdown hotel, and we each other all fully vaccinated, and we took the protection as more as we can.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And this T-shirt and this shirt is like already clean before he wear it. Right.
Everything's sanitized.
Yeah.
Nothing to worry about here.
Yeah. People need to move on.
Yeah.
And we have like 3 minutes left about this topic.
Right.
There are loads of more like this, like the policy about this pandemic. Right now, the Western world want to like live with the virus. We cannot eliminate. We live with it.
Yeah.
We keep doing mask on the shutdown, the closed area. Yeah. We keep vaccinated. We keep tracking the new virus, the new patient.
Right.
But in China, they are like trying to eliminate anything about the pandemic. That policy orientation is different.
It's not only like a policy kind of thing, because it's actually
a philosophy.
Yeah, I feel also just a problem like deep inside the culture. Like, for example, in a like this kind of country, democratic country like this, you can't really just say like, oh, no one goes out of the like apartment like condom unit, like
because like I don't think China is like eliminate human rights. It's not happening like that. They are human after all. The high level is human. They have daughter, they have parents, and also the normal people also have some powerful friends. Maybe no matter what, it's a society, and people are inside that society. But when we have a to-do list, when we have a philosophy about everything, the priority is totally different.
Yeah.
Right?
And I think like we should always just put like the public, like a greater good above like your self-will. Like I think that is the way to go.
Yeah.
And that is why like in a lot of Asian countries they are more effective. I mean, definitely more effective than a lot of Western countries.
So then 50 more seconds, and we can like dive right into the next topic. All right.
Okay.
I don't know where to start. Maybe Smartisan.
Okay.
Let me start with the next topic. The second topic is about technology, but because the first topic is about the cultural difference between Western country and the Chinese Asian country, so I don't think it's fair to only talk about Huawei, only talk about Xiaomi, only talk about OnePlus, Oppo, Vivo, ZTE. This is already like they survived.
Yeah.
But there's some brand they do something wrong, but yeah.
Just alarm.
Yeah.
Stopwatch. Yeah. Oh, timer. Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever
Start another timer. About the second topic. There's a brand that is in China. We don't have a lot of common sense about the concept of elite brand. How do you explain elite brand?
Like a brand that really targeted like a niche market. That's what I would refer it as. It's absolutely like, well, not necessarily the best of the best, but they are definitely more targeted and more refined and more specific to the group of people they want to present their product to, right?
In my perspective, like we are not in GTA, right? Grand Theft Auto. We don't have levels like experiences bar floating out of our head to show how much level we got, right? We don't have that, but we have what? We have knowledge amount. We have perspective capabilities. The elite community, they always have their unique philosophy.
Right.
And relatively, they have the high possibility to win all kinds of stuff. Maybe you are a criminal, you are an elite criminal, you can do a lot of phenomenal crime. If you are a politician, you can be that successful like Obama, right? Like all kinds of politicians. They are elite and they have well educated. They have the power, the EQ, the IQ to do all the stuff. And if you're an entrepreneur, you can be very successful, right? No matter in which country, as long as you have that will and have that practical experiments and have that practical plan, you can use your elite capability to do anything you want. So elite brand is not that common in China. Do we have elite brand?
Not really that I've known of, to be honest.
Yeah. So when you talk, because elite brand in Chinese pronunciation is 精英品牌, right? We don't know what's the concept of 精英 of elite. We don't have that like common sense about who is elite, who is not. So if that concept is vague, is not like very clear, the elite brand will be vague.
Right, because there's no such concept of that.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
There's no definition of that.
Yeah, but I think Smartisan, there's a smartphone business company called Smartisan, and they already being bought and vanished, right?
Right.
Right now it's vanished.
Yeah.
Totally vanished.
Yeah.
Out of the smartphone business right now.
Shame.
And yeah, shame. And in the highest day, they don't have that much percentage of the market share.
No, not at all.
Yeah, but they have followers.
Mhm.
You are one of them.
Yeah.
Me also. That's why in this bad there was this area is every freaking generation smartphone of Smartisan product,
Yeah.
right? And where's the pad? Yeah. And this pad is the like what? 遗产.
Heritage.
Yeah, the heritage of the last product because they create a so modern design software solution. It's so good, but it's so pity. The strategy how to
Right.
market packages as a service like SaaS, like software as a service.
Yeah.
As a SaaS, how to package that as a SaaS, how to make the product pricing strategy, all kinds of stuff. They have been make wrong decision, totally wrong. Also in the manufacturer side, they don't have that kind of experience. They are full of product designer. No, a software designer. They are full of software guys, and they are so poor on the experience on how to build the hardware. And the founding father of that brand is called what? Yonghao Luo.
Yeah.
Right. Luo Yonghao in Chinese order, and in English order is Yonghao Luo.
Yeah.
So in Luo's perspective, he definitely understand the industry of smartphone is so complex. It's only less complex than vehicle, commercial vehicle, cars, sedans, SUV. There are so many parts. There are so many mechanisms inside this. What's that manufacturer you saying?
Alternate form factor.
Yes, this is like not common example. Maybe this is more expensive and complexer, but like this, right? This kind of phone.
This is very generic.
Yes. How many parts inside this little one? Do you know that? 100,000.
Yeah, like
100,000 different parts, like SKU, 100,000 parts inside this little one. And to make sure you have Bluetooth, you have Wi-Fi, you have NFC, you have battery, you have
right.
OLED, you have mini LED, no matter what, it's built by parts.
Yeah, and somehow they all ended up looking like the same.
Yeah. Because the industry is getting weaker and weaker, there are no innovator in the business anymore.
I mean, to be honest, ever since the 2007 original iPhone launch, the form factor just hasn't changed since, right?
Yeah. So Smartisan doing so many innovation on the software user experience side, user interface side. That kind of thing is hard to own as a property, right? You have a shirt, you have a RayLab shirt. I can make like exactly same one, and I can change it, right? I change to pink, and I can say it's relatively different. And the most ironic part is the consumer doesn't care.
They don't. They really don't.
They don't know this kind of function is funding by which brand and actually make that popular in different brand. That kind of thing is so vague. It's not like Pixel 6. They make that so unique style.
Yeah.
Everybody know this is Pixel 6. This is not Lumia 800, right? Because the industrial design make that unique.
Yeah.
But software is not that.
No.
Who is the pioneer is like Shile.
Xerox.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like everybody know what Steve Jobs and Bill Gates do in like 80 and 70s.
No, 80s.
80s.
Yeah.
80s.
Because the original Macintosh, right? That's like one of the first
Mhm.
few user interface.
Yeah.
They learned from Xerox UI user interface development, and that Macintosh was released.
Learn.
Yeah. Learn.
Yeah.
I did this, right? Yeah, I did
Yeah,
this.
yeah. Do it obviously.
Yeah.
Let the audience know. Learn. Learn from Xerox.
Yeah.
Learn from Xerox. Microsoft and Apple learn from Xerox. All right.
I mean, yeah, Apple learned from Xerox, and Microsoft did it to learn from Apple for their Windows.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and because that was 1984 when the Macintosh released. So that must be like 1981 or 82 or something, right? They started development of the user interface.
Mm-hmm.
It was the next big thing back then. Something that you can actually see, like without like typing out the codes, right?
Like in China, we have a position of software developing industry. We call it software product manager.
Mm-hmm.
And this kind of thing, in my information, I don't know they have the exactly same position in China in Western world, because when I get dive into the Western software industry, I can find 3 different roles. It's the same role of one position in China. That is product manager. It's like there are user interface designer, there are application tester, there are like what's that called? Graphic
Graphic designer.
Yeah, something like that to make sure the philosophy of the application works.
Right.
Yeah, that's 3 different roles in China. Is a responsibility of one people.
Right, but do you think it's a good thing or a bad thing?
In China, there are so many entrepreneur company. They don't have that kind of money and people. It's like when I like there's a one application I need to develop inside that BlackBerry, and in China they relatively average have 20 people, but the same thing happened in Westernized culture because we already developed. We have that sub responsibility. We have that structure. We know how to do it right. Like in their perspective, right? And they think they need 50 people. That's why the whole managing structure will be different, right? Especially in China, we have that PM, product manager, is a leader, a product leader for the whole application. They take in charge of the philosophy design. They take in charge of the UI UX design. They also communicate and try to negotiate with the developer, like CTO.
Yeah.
Like everything is combined. Make sure yourself is giving the customer a good software product. Mm-hmm. Like Steve Jobs is definitely that kind of guy, but PM this kind of thing, it's like 分解了. It's like divided into several positions because the structure will be bigger. You need people to do things well and do things relatively small to do it really well.
Right. So it's like more directional and more focused.
Yes.
In the sense.
Yes, and the focus make that structure bigger. Mm-hmm. That's why in my entrepreneur life in China, in the past 6 years, I changed 7 different companies. I always do software product manager. But because I'm a high school dropout, I don't have academic diploma to support on any position of the 3 different orientation I just mentioned. Mm-hmm. So I don't have choice to recover my career in the Western world to continue the software developing career. So it's like that. It's like the industry we compete with each other in the global way. Yeah. But the customer is always that, like Chinese customer, American customer, Canadian customer, it's all the same. Yeah. They don't care which brand. Is it Huawei? Is it Apple? Is it Samsung? Is it OnePlus? Is it Oppo? Is it Vivo? Is it Redmi? No matter what, they want their good product in a good price.
Right.
That's all they care. So Smartisan is a failure.
Right. But when you take a look at like other companies like Apple, for example,
Mhm.
even though you say like, oh, customers don't care what phone they're getting, they don't really care that much.
Mhm.
But you have an iPhone. I have an iPhone,
Mhm.
and we have so many other iPhones, right?
iPhone 1.
The original iPhone. Why is iPhone actually like the most successful smartphone in the world?
I think they set up a pretty high baseline.
Mm-hmm. You can say that. Most primarily, like, what's up with the popularity though?
Like it's 直觉. It's like
Instinct.
fit the average majority instinct.
So it's like groupthink, like
Yeah.
following the trends, right?
Yes.
Like
Always like that.
peer pressure.
Society is
Yeah.
work like that.
Like all your friends has an iPhone and you have an Android, and
Yes.
they just pressure you
Yes.
onto getting that. Yeah. They
Yes,
call you
that's
like a,
that's saying
Yeah.
Apple in the beginning working stage of Apple is elite brand.
Mhm.
Apple is for that area, but not for now. Everybody is using Apple now.
Right. I got caught so much time a green bubble boy just because I was a dedicated Android user and I didn't have iMessage. Yeah, if you don't know, iMessage message bubble is blue, and if you're texting from a non-iMessage device, it is green.
Yeah. It's a user interface difference.
They made it really clear so that
And they
people
raise
can.
it. Yeah, they don't raise it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Color racist. Yeah. So that's why that's the work. That's how society work. If you are the majority, not the majority, and the 少数派 is the
Minority.
minority.
Yeah.
Yeah. The minority, you get hatred feelings all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And you cannot stop that. That humanity is like that. They like to follow the trends.
Right.
But they don't know. Not everybody, like majority, know. You need to have independent thinking and critical thinking and a lot of thinking to help you to understand, is that right? Like they just think white is very decent. White is very beautiful, right?
Yeah.
White in phone business is very, very delicate. How to say that?
Elegant?
Like, elegant.
Yeah.
Yeah, elegant. But is a freaking nightmare in the manufacture processing, because we have dust in the physical world. Not it's like open Photoshop, click open, paint the background, choose the white, and suddenly all the background is turned into purely white. It's not that. It's not that the whole back plate to make it to use your eyeballing to don't show any dust inside the airy material.
Right.
It's a disaster to manufacture.
Those two are the exact same phone. Those are the original Smartisan
T1?
T1. Yeah. And the black one is actually like a few hundreds Chinese yuan cheaper than the white one with manufacturing.
500.
500, yeah. And it also got shipped earlier because the
500 Chinese dollars right now is like $100.
Yeah, around that. And it also shipped, the black version also shipped a lot earlier than the white one, just because the quality control is so hard for the white ones. They just scrap a lot of those during manufacturing process, right?
And Apple are doing wise things also. They don't stupid. They don't do stupid move. Like, look aside. This is not white. Look at that phone. Look that phone.
Why?
It's white. Why? Because they are purely white. They having OCD. They are not caring about. They are not that respectful about how the capability, the manufacture process can go. How to efficiently design a thing that is relatively elegant. and meet the efficiency standard of the manufacturer's side, right?
Right.
So, like iPhone 5C is relatively a failure, but they make it easy to make different color. Why? Because it's plastic.
Yeah, it's polycarbonate.
Yeah. That's why they can use it's also wide, right?
Yeah.
So they make that easy, but if you want to make a glass, especially it's like reinforced glass, and they have so many steps to manufacture. Any step put a chance to have a dust in that white plate.
To be honest, it's getting harder and harder to see white phones these days. I mean,
Yes.
Apple's like
And the
almost
Chinese, there's
yeah.
another Chinese brand called
Meizu, yeah.
Meizu, yeah. They are also manufacturing so many white phones because genius mind always thinking together because white is elegant. That's why
It is.
And make that t-shirt white because make yourself more elegant and phenomenal feeling about yourself is not depression. The black thing always like black make you depressed, but
Sure.
white is not.
No. But a lot of the phones currently, like even though they have like a white back glass and a lighter color like mid frame, the front is still purely black. Like on the iPhones, right? It's the same thing.
Yeah. And they already die. The company.
Yeah.
The business is died. But the brand is not died. And they are not catching up with the special manufacture form like foldable stuff, right? Like what's this called? It's like Surface Duo.
Surface Duo, yeah.
Microsoft Surface Duo is a double screen manufacturer
foldable
can be like what's this 360-degree
hinge, yeah.
Hinge stuff. And Samsung also making the stuff of foldable phones, right?
Galaxy Fold
first generation, this is.
Yeah.
And Motorola is making the Razr, classic Razr industrial design to make it like a
clamshell phone
stuff. Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah. Flip phones.
But look at how tiny that is, and that is like a huge chunk.
Yes, there's like 20 years of technology development, right? And and we, yes, what the hell is, what's WTF this? What happened to this freaking world? It's like, what's that phrase again?
Alternate form factor?
Repeat please, clearly.
Yeah, alternate form factor.
Alternate form factor. It's like make the industry even harder. And Smartisan cannot make that because they're so money consuming and like structure design consuming. It's a structure nightmare.
Yeah. I mean, like a company like Smartisan, they just simply can't afford money-wise and also time-wise to make something like this, right? And LG, the manufacturer of this phone, the LG Wing, they have the ability. And this phone is the part of the experiment that LG has put on, the Pioneer program, right? I think that's what they call it.
Yes.
It's a big company. They have LG Chem making batteries and like for the electric cars, right? They have so many things. They just can spare that and hey, we're just going to do it differently.
That's why Microsoft is a big company.
Yeah, absolutely.
They want to make Windows Mobile, like Windows mobile version Windows system in the past, and they fail. And they begin to collaborate with Google and having this like Duo. It's an Android phone with two display. That's called dual screen.
Yeah.
And what if? Do you know the Marvel Disney Plus?
Yeah.
Episode What If? It's a good show.
Yeah.
And what if Smartisan can have that power?
Ooh.
It's like they have already a system called. They have a philosophy about if you have a mobile stuff, It's very powerful. That's
Right, yeah.
indeed. But the display is limited, and you have a freaking big pointer to point a relatively small screen.
Yeah.
That's not efficient at all.
No.
So how to make that? Everybody says iPad, right? iPad is a solution, but where's your file? Where's your personal information?
Mm-hmm.
Where's your data? You can use the iCloud. You
Mm-hmm.
can use Google Drive,
Mm-hmm.
but it's unsatisfied because you are worried about your privacy. You need to cost for more, right?
Yeah. I mean, I see a lot of potential in this device. The hardware is excellent, and when it's spanned across, it is one of the thinnest Android devices in the world. And believe it or not, this device wasn't even made to run Android, because originally it was designed to run Windows 10X, which got canceled.
Yes. Yeah. I remember now. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think the software is the problem of this device and why this one kind of failed.
Because I don't think why the industrial designer, the CDO of the Surface portfolio, I remember the face, I forgot the name. He make it so thin. Do not do that sexy stuff in the first version of your portfolio, because it's too thin. They need to level up so many different things to make that happening. The hinge is not the hard part. The hard part is making a phone that is sexy at the same time powerful, right, and easily to use. That's the main thing, not sexy. Sexy is only a up-level dessert. It's not the main food. The main food is using.
Right.
And Smartisan is making a touch and talk philosophy product called TNT, touch and talk, right?
Yeah.
And they make that user experience so good, we think it's top of the business in the global perspective. Mm-hmm. But they failed on the marketing, pricing strategy. They failed on the manufacturer strategy. They failed on the so many other stuff, because we are worship the winner. Mm-hmm. We worship winner all the time. That's why we have Olympics. But in a complex business like phone business, you can success in so many different ways, and also you can fail in so many different ways. In this scenario, in like Smartisan scenario, it's not the design, it's not the user interface fail, but there are fewer and fewer people can understand that. They know you're fail, so every perspective of your product is a failure. That's a common thinking. Yeah. Right? Like, we know iPhone first generation is a freaking god product. Yeah. Good product. But they also have flaws. They're not perfect in this. This is not utopia, right?
Right. You can't record video.
Yeah.
There's no front-facing camera. And at the point it just got released, there's no app support.
And Steve Jobs think this is the best size for Palm, but right now we are using this kind of stuff. People change all the time. And like the fashion business always said, fashion business is a circle.
Yeah.
Everything is a circle because people have limited mind. And limited mind only have this kind of area. They change time to time.
Right.
But they always circled in that area. And that area is, we need sexy stuff, we need power, like powerful stuff, and we need user-friendly stuff. That three things make a good product. But tragically, Surface Duo make like one of them. Sexy. That's definitely the most sexy I ever seen in the phone business. But they are not powerful, and the software, give a review. Give a short review.
It's basically trash. Like, I've been using the Surface Duo like as my main and only device, which I definitely don't recommend doing so. For like probably like a week or something, and it became like the worst thing that I want to do again.
So I want to imagine it. I want to have a dream. I have a dream. That is, I have a dream. What if Smartisan touch and talk system happening to design designately for Microsoft Surface Duo?
Good idea.
Yes, because I'm a software designer, I can make prototype for this.
Yeah.
And I will make a video that look like a Surface Duo commercial and also look like introduction of TNT system. So I'm making all the plan of this. Why? Because I want to have that three things combined together. It's a sexy product. It's a powerful. It's a prototype. So I don't care about powerful. And most importantly, what will happen? A good system meet a good hardware. What will happen? That kind of thing is happening in paradise. Maybe Steve Jobs is using an Apple 14-volt machine and is running Smartisan TNT on it. I don't know. I don't go to heaven ever, right? So that kind of stuff I want to make is my first YouTube channel official video, right?
Okay.
That is the second topic. And 9, 8, 7,
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go.
Yes. So that's the second topic. I'm a little tired. Let's pause. Let's pause and when we come back, let's do the third topic. All
Okay.
right. So let's do the third topic.
Yep.
Right. The third topic is about I have another dream. You know.
Yeah.
The first dream is about that technology stuff. The second dream is I changed my career in 2019.
Oh.
Yeah.
About it?
Before that, I was talking about before, like I'm the software product manager
Right,
in
yeah.
China, but like in 2019, I began to do global marketing stuff for Chinese brand,
Ooh.
and they like to do crowdfunding project.
Hmm.
And if I mention crowdfunding project, what website do you know?
Indiegogo, Kickstarter,
Yes.
those, right? Yeah.
Yes, and yes. That's why we are doing different project for Chinese brand, especially for C-Force.
Right.
C-Force.
Portable display, yeah.
Yeah. Like C-Force, multifunction. C-Force, like USB-C, C, and the G-Force force, right?
Yeah.
And they need to open up the Western market, especially North American market. So we are beginning to operate Indiegogo project and Kickstarter project for C-Force, and we need a proper promotion kit, and this include Kickstarter commercial.
Mm-hmm.
And like that's the portable display.
Yeah.
Right. Here.
Yeah.
Here portable display, and we need to shoot all kinds of like to introduce what's the design philosophy, what's the function details, and how to make your target audience to know it's a good product. It's some different goal combined together, and we make Kickstarter commercial video, and I'm in the 4 individual projects. I'm always be the production team and the director role in that. So personally, I was a actor before. It's like in my junior.
In junior.
Yeah, for 2 years. 2 years to practice, 2 years to have some like competition in the nationwide.
Oh, nice.
Something like that to be a little actor. So
interesting.
Yeah, after that, I have a friend that is the company is our company's neighbor back then in Zhuhai, Guangdong province, and they are the production team for the whole southern part of movie industry of China.
Oh wow!
Yeah, they make like movies for any team. If you want to shoot in Hong Kong, Macau, Guangdong province, or any city south of China. So I always want to like make a movie that is like have my own perspective in it and something like that. Yeah. So do you have some like related experiments about it?
Right, because obviously, like, if you want to make your own film, like, you need to write a script, right? Yeah, and
Yeah.
I actually had
Yeah, like a team, you need to have a director,
right, yeah,
script writer, like screenwriter,
right,
writer,
right,
and
stage manager,
stage manager, like actor team, actress
yeah,
team, and the production team,
yeah,
yeah, After Effect team.
yeah. So back in my high school, we had this tradition called a 24-hour drama project, which we basically assemble a team of people, basically always a team of 10, which consists of basically 5 actors and also 5 of the crews, which including a scriptwriter, a director, a stage manager, a prop manager, and also like oversee like the person that oversees the entire thing, like the administrator, like this kind of thing, right? Yeah.
Control the overall stuff.
Yeah. So I happen to be the script writer for 1 year and also the actor for like the other 3 years. So
What role?
sorry,
What role?
role.
Oh,
Like
of you.
yeah, so I took like a kind of like a main role. So one of the plays that we did was about like a sushi shop cook, which happened to cook human flesh into the sushi.
Oh my god, that's gross.
So I ended up
I'm
doing that.
eating right now, for God's sake.
You asked me.
Okay. Continue.
Okay, so basically, I happen to be that main antagonist in the production, right?
Mhm.
I happen to be that chef in that,
Mhm.
and that's for like my grade 10 year actually. So that was back in my grade 10, and in grade 12, I finally became like a script writer, and I wrote a script that is like a sci-fi kind of script with basically the main plot line being a boy and a girl who basically dislike each other, but who they transfer the bodies basically, and
So
yeah,
you have the experiments about like writing script and designing the whole drama.
yeah.
Like for how many years?
I mean, I've been
Like not always, but like different projects, like in the off school time, right?
yeah. I mean, I have always been writing my own stories, that kind of thing, and I do like a lot of like the narrative kind of feeling. So it's more like saying that I blah 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 instead of saying like he blah blah blah. So that's like more useful when coming to script writing than like constructing like a whole story block, like you know.
Yeah. A story structure, how to express the whole general feeling into details of different positions to make your whole vibe constantly in the whole storyline.
Right. I'll say that I started like my first script writing when I was in grade 9. So like about around 4 years ago, like a little bit over that. That's my first time doing that.
How about acting?
Acting, I have been in the school drama club and also like the drama class since grade 7, so middle school.
2 years before you're writing stuff.
Yeah. So that's about it. I mean, I did have like other performance, but drama I only started to get into drama.
So in your drama, like acting experiments, what's your role? Like main role or something else?
Sometimes I take the main role, but most of the time, like in my early years, I take like the
Rank
less
yourself.
substantial.
Rank yourself from 1 to 10. How do you review your own acting acting result? Content about the main role. Like if you are the side role, it's like not that important. But if you are the main role, rank yourself from 1 to 10. What point do you have to do you review yourself?
I'll say that if I'm like prepared well and stuff and have loads of time, I'll be like in 7. I'll say like that.
Find some historical video and multimedia to post to the channel sometimes.
Okay.
You can tell you have a like colorful childhood, right?
Yeah.
Share something like that because I don't even know you have that 2 minutes ago. I don't know you have that kind of experience until 2 minutes ago, right? We are like we are not like knowing each other for that long, but you don't show that until you tell me that, right?
Right.
Yeah. So there's a thing is I'm living in Winnipeg, Manitoba. So this time we do all the like multi-channel network preparation stuff, and we met each other. So I fly from Manitoba to Ontario to see you. On the way, I got bored. I got really bored, and there's another guy in front of me clicking that title, Black Widow. And Black Widow is a good title, but because of the pandemic, the 票房,
the grossing,
the
grossing rate of the movie,
the performance of the market is not that high, but it's a good story because that fill the gap of what happened before and after the original story of Natasha Romanoff. That story is pretty good, and I'm always have that dream to shoot my own a movie short, and that's about maybe 35 minutes to like 50 minutes long, and I need to build a storyline, and that production difficulty need to be relatively low, because I have my perspective about how to make a good story, but also you need to be practical about the production side. If I want to build a matrix, but I don't have that CGI, I don't have that production team like 工业光魔.
Industrial modeling, like that kind of thing.
No, it's a company. It's a Hollywood company. They make Avatar. They make the Alita. They make so many Hollywood movies because they are good at CGI, and like Harry Potter and so many titles need heavily relying on CGI. They will ask, you don't have that technology now.
No.
So you need to build a thing that I'm a techie, you are a techie also. We are all technology geek. So when we write some fantasy, when we write some technology drama, we want to be like interesting, and the story needs to be intriguing.
Right.
So I wrote stuff I want to tell you, and I want to know because you have story writing experience and the drama acting experience, right? So do you know the Elon Musk company Neuralink?
Yeah, about like the brain, like basically implanting like a computer into your brain, like.
Yeah, it's like you need to put a sensor inside your skull to draw data from your brain neural.
Yeah.
And put a link between silicon and the biological side. So Neuralink is one of that company trying to do that in the future. So I want to put that kind of thing into a practical fantasy. And I want to put a dilemma that is like technology is mutual sensing. They don't have technology itself don't have boundary.
Right.
Because they are code. They are technology. They are not humanity. Right? They always can put into a good man's hand and also a bad man. Bad man, not Batman. Bad man hand, and do evil stuff, and also maybe put into the good guy hands. They can be phenomenal. They can be positive. Right. So I want to make some kind of story like that and put so many interesting technology and Easter egg inside, and I want to make my storyline dramatic and making sense, because there are so many story. It's not making perfectly sense, because maybe because the writer, maybe because the directing side, there are so many like questions needs to consider. because like this is whole complex processing to make a movie, even a short movie happening. So I want to tell you like the whole story, and you trying to like having a general sense,
Okay.
right? And give me some advice maybe,
Yeah.
because like this is my dream. To fulfill that dream, I want to be better and better, right? I need some like semi-professional advice stuff or like that. All right.
Yeah.
So I want to direct that shorts and be the main role of that shorts, because right now I don't have money to hire a professional or even a semi-professional actor. So I can be a semi-professional actor and I can be a semi-professional director. So this thing, the main storyline is about a Neuralink enhanced specialist in army, and he got a mission. He got a mission to spying on a professor, and that professor is major in chemical weapon.
Oh.
Chemical weapon.
Like
that
biochemical weapons.
What?
Biochemical weapons.
Yeah, biochemical weapon. Biochemical weapon. He is specialized on to make it's like messing with your brain. They're trying to develop some spray and some vaporized stuff to make yourself crazy immediately. Some like scientific fiction about that. And I need, like, I'm the main character, right? I got a mission to follow the professor. The professor is going to a woods because I need to shoot in the woods.
Oh.
And so I need to see why the professor go into that woods. And I got into a freaking hard situation and find out why. Because they are testing their biochemical mine, like explosive stuff to explosive that biochemical stuff inside the wood. And I, as the agent, as the spy, accidentally stepped on it.
Oh.
And there's no way to explain escape that kind of thing. So I have to move and trying to get out, but unfortunately I get that vapor and I became crazy. And at the same time, the Neuralink product is helping me to trying to pull out from that situation, but at the same time, the biochemical thing is messing with my mind. But the character itself have strong will, is trying to be better. But finally, relatively, he black out and fail. The main storyline is like that, right? And about the details, after the biochemical stuff taking effects, people have illusion. And people see, like in my case, the professor suddenly show up and fighting with me. But actually in the real world, professor just standing right there and watching me fighting with air, because I'm delusional.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And so this will happening in the post production side.
Yeah.
It will be like 15 seconds of real world, 15 seconds of the illusion world, and to jump in and out, because you need to know I'm fighting, I'm trying to struggling with my mind, but actually I just fighting with air, and the professor just standing right there to watch me fighting with a freaking air. So like that kind of thing. And this kind of thing is like the fighting scene in Black Widow, because in Black Widow we have that mimic master and Natasha Romanoff's sister. They all have similar fighting technique, so their fighting scene is relatively same.
Right.
So I want to mimic that. Because I don't have fighting like martial art directing experiments. So I want to learn through that product. And also there's like Leanne's Gemini.
Gemini Man. Yeah, with Will Smith, right?
Yeah. That movie is also about a double. It's a same person in different time line, right?
Yeah.
So that kind of thing, the fighting scene is also interesting. I will trying to research that, put some elements inside my fighting scene, my camera language or stuff, and I want to make some humor inside. Like my professor will look like an evil doctor inside, like that supersonic that movie game title 超级索尼克
like
is
Sonic the Hedgehog, like
the Hedgehog movie. They have that really ridiculous beard evil man. I want my professor look like that because it's just a movie short, so you don't get too legit. You need to put some interesting things that combine with your serious thing to make the audience know, oh, you are still like very positive and humorous about that, right?
Yeah.
And about the song, I want to collaborate with you, right?
Yeah.
You have music experience, right?
Yeah, I have been doing like in the field as a songwriter since grade 5. So
what
like,
style?
I have like different types. So I have done rock, I've done country, I've done alternative and indie, like and also like electronic. So some of them.
Yeah. Okay. So I want to like rephrase doing the second production about the Chinese song from the Zhang Jie, that singer, and they have a song in English translation. It's like to reverse the war.
Yeah.
It's called the 逆战.
Yeah,
and that song is good at that topic combined with my story.
Yeah.
And I want to change some lyrics to English, and I want my friends right now is my classmates is it's not semi, it's professional singer to performance and like doing let us doing this collaboration together to make that happen. Like it's a funny journey, right? And this is about a song, and about the emotional line is about this spy actually is the security guardian of that professor before. Because they have a close relationship, and then the manager of the spy asked me to carry on another mission. I leave the professor, but I got the thing have the accident. I damaged my face really bad, so my face is different, and making the professor cannot recognize me anymore. And this professor also have some stuff we don't know why they became bad, because in the beginning all the technology stuff is relatively controlled by the military, but in the future suddenly this professor personally want to make something weaponized and help the evil guys, and we have a evil boss like a black man in black stuff to control the professor doing evil stuff suddenly. And everybody, including the spy manager, don't know what happened. So after all, I was close to that professor. After all, my face is changing, so I keep back and spying on. That's why I'm spying on the professor. But like like all the things, I want to put some emotional detail in that. Like we was very close in the security guardian time. Like the professor will ask me to join his dinner, and I need, as a security guy, I have my gun, and I need to protect him by putting that gun on the table and point that gun at myself to show my loyalty, right?
I see. Yeah.
That thing, it will happen again when the professor saw me die. Before I die, on the woods, on that biochemical minor stuff, I do the same thing. So that kind of emotional detail will happening through the whole storyline, and I will put some Easter egg in it, and yeah, and some tech geek stuff in it. Like I will put some already bankruptcy or already vanished technology brand logo, put always in the multiple scene of the story to make you find how many Easter eggs you have, right? And at the same time, because this is cyber brain interface, actually in Elon Musk Neuralink company, they have a sensor on the skull and they have terminal stuff to communicate with your smart devices. There's a thing behind your ear, and that thing have I/O is USB-C USB Type C.
Ooh.
So I want to like because I'm a Neuralink enhanced, so I can receive operations through my Neuralink, but it's so many data, they need power, so I need to plug a power bank, and the power bank is also in my suit, because like the power bank and the gun is a professional security guy's equipment. All right, so I will pull out my power bank and put C to C, right? USB-C and USB-C, and receiving the operations, and after the data is inside, I can plug out something like that. And I will make, like in Marvel's movie, they will have vehicle collaborations. Like before the Avengers 2, all Iron Man, like Tony Stark, always driving Audi.
Yeah.
Things like that.
Yeah.
So I want to put Smartisan and Apple, two brand, inside this. Like as the main character, I always use Smartisan devices. Like my phone is like Smartisan R2, and when I have some civilian video, I will use the TNT Go, right? And but all the evil guys are using Apple devices, like Apple Watch, iPad, and iPhone, and Mac, all the stuff.
Yeah.
And I want to make that as a pleasure. There's no good and evil in that brand vibe. It just make a lot of technology Easter egg inside my production process, because we are tech geek.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is all the stuff. What's your thinking?
So I think it's a really interesting concept. It's definitely new and something to try it out. It's just the logics. I think you really need to like tie it up like a lot of the loose end. I mean, like the main storyline is really good, but it's just all of like those details that you will need to.
Yes, it's gonna make sense about the details. The logic chain needs to, like, they have the evil side logic chain. Right. And they have the main character, like the spy god missions and the mission got a manager. The manager strategy logic chain, they need to both worked individually. Right. And they combine to have that drama. Right? Right. That need like a lot of meetings to make that perfect. Right.
And another thing is that do you want like this film to be like a serious sci-fi film, like short film, or
only like two parts?
Yeah. Okay.
Right now, my planning is like I only show I'm dying in the end, but actually the Neuralink saved my life. I didn't die. I will put a little Easter egg at the end after the production team. What's that called? The 工作人员字幕.
The staff member roll out like
roll out.
Credits.
After roll out is Easter egg time, and like I already died, and the Neuralink is still there, and they put some Elon Musk and Yonghao Lo's presentation lines, and that activate my brain again, and my finger moved and cut
Oh,
the Easter egg. And maybe if the audience like it, we make a second one. We tell people, oh, that professor suddenly turned evil because of another reason, and how the spy, this main character, gonna have new adventure about how to deal with that scenario. What's the real boss goal? That evil, what he gonna do? And this technology, what gonna do with that biotech and that Neuralink stuff? Is that gonna be upgraded, or is that gonna use it by the evil's hand? All kinds of that stuff.
yeah.
Yeah, but it's more complex in the future. Right now, it's just this basic story structure, and maybe make it realistic in the future and make it finally a shorter movie in about like 45 minutes.
Right. And also, it's just one thing is about the props, right? And all the clothing.
Yeah, I have
and-
3D printer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're gonna like 3D print the Neuralink? thing?
Yeah, 3D print the Neuralink, and I have the military stuff and airsoft gun, but we don't shoot. Every shooting effects is using CGI,
Oh,
so it's safe. I need because my first movie, I need to touch something difficulty to product. I need to test how to face this kind of scenario, because like there's no actual missile in the war in a movie. It's like it's a prop, right? How to deal like that kind of production process is the knowledge I want to touch. This kind of thing. All right.
Yeah.
So a lot of things to do in the future, right?
yeah.
There are so many videos you need to do. I need to do, right? Like the topic 2, there's a Surface Duo in my hand. There's a movie script in my hand.
Yeah.
So many things to do and prepare for the future.
Right.
And like I always said, hope for the best, but prepare what? For the worst.
For the worst.
Yes. And I think our matrix of that influencer product like your channel M3 Tag, my channel RayLab, will became like more and more phenomenal on the content side, and always sending out good opinion about individual thoughts, about culture inside technology field. Like we give something that combine Chinese culture and Westernized culture. We have that experiments, like we already talked about it, and we can combine it into a very valuable content and package them to a very decent form to help our audience to have a better life, right?
Right.
Entertaining them.
Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely.
So this is our first time English version of the RayTalk, and the first like face to face, right? Face to face. Face to face one, because before that I always do the remote meeting version.
Right. Yeah.
Maybe we in the future we have to do the you have university
Right.
things to do
And you
in
have your
Toronto,
all the- yeah.
Ontario. I have entrepreneur and right now college stuff in Manitoba. How many kilometers away?
It's like what? Like
3,000, 4,000.
I mean, even by flight, it's like almost 2 hours.
2
right?
hours
Yeah.
flight. So we need to do a lot of remote things in the future. But right now we are close. So
For
we
now.
do for now. For now. For the next like 5 days, and we broke up. And after that, we were trying to do this series, continue to do this, but we maybe not in this form for now. For now, only for now,
Yeah.
right? We don't know what happened in the future, and we don't know our audience. Would you like this kind of form? Do you like this vibe, this kind of topic? Tell us in the comment, right? Like it, dislike it. We don't care. We just know we want to do content, and I want to tell you guys to tell us your opinion. All right, we need your data and combine our data to make perfect data, right? So that's all for today. So 3, 2, 1, cut.